There we go. There we go. All right. Double R adventurers, welcome back to the room. I hope your day is going well. Said hi. How the hell are you doing? How's your day going? How are things? How are you enjoying your summer vacation? Har Mardu. I feel pretty decent today. I mean, look at the shirt. It's awesome. So that must mean my day's going awesome too. I mean, look at that shirt. It's beautiful. Roo glizzy doo. Double chunk my chocolate cookie till I chicken bake. Oh, 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 oh. Glad you're doing great. Double R adventures. Double chunk my chocolate chip. Double chunk my chocolate cookie till I chicken bake it up. Try that one more time. Double chunk my chocolate cookie till I chicken bake it up. Can you make me a mod? No. Although you have been here quite a few times. So maybe I should reconsider that. Well, I'm contemplating it. In general, you're my biggest fan. Well, you said that. All right, I'll give you a wrench. All right, you're gonna have to prove that over the course of time. Let's see. Here we go. Add as moderator. There. I have granted you power. Do not abuse it. Sounded like Darth Vader there. The disturbance in the Force troubles me. Be better than good. Be fabulous. Be amazing. What happened to double chunk my cookie? It's funny because, I've been coming on earlier and doing like 3 or 4 streams before the big stream at 10 p.m. with Legendary Sparky. If I'll be a mod every stream, or if it's just this, do I know? I know I can remove it like that, and until I do so, you will still be a mod. And again, if you behave, you will have the mod forever. Or as long as I keep doing the channel, which seems very likely. I don't think I'm giving this up anytime soon. I think I'm going to be streaming for at least a good couple more years, at least. Hey, Rixybot. Said hi, said hi, said I said. I don't know why I like that. I like that name, Rixybot. It's got a ring to it. Rixybot. Look at the Rixybot. I like the way certain words sound. You got an X in there, and that automatically makes it awesome. If you put an X in your name. My logo, the star, the 8-pointed silver star. That's the Celtic symbol for imagination, and I adopted it. Let's see, 40 years, about 30 years ago. This right here is supposed to be silver, but I couldn't do silver on the t-shirt. I wish I was a little disappointed about, but hey, limitations of the materials that we're working with, I suppose. How are you, Rixybot, today? Are you doing any Rixybot stuff along the way? How are you doing, Rixybot, today? Hey, Double R Adventures. I just had a thought. All right, here's you want to keep the wrench. Find one of the videos that I've done on my channel, and just tell me, let me know which one is your favorite and why it's your favorite. That's your assignment as a moderator now. Is you have to go and find a piece of content that I've created that you like, and then you got to tell me why you like it. I think that's fair. Takes a little bit of time, but not that much time. Is that a sigh? Okay, you'll be back. How are you, Masai? Masai said hi. It's good to see you in the room. It's good for you. It's got vitamin C and stuff. Said hi, said hi, said hi. Oh, skank on 42, 42. I kind of feel bad. I feel like Toby should have a theme song. Because when, like, I do one for you, I do one for Benito when he comes in. I feel like I should have one for Toby. But yeah, nothing in the brain pan. Actually, this would be a good question for you, Skankan. Do you think I'm overdoing it? I mean, I am burning the candle at both ends. I'm streaming like 3-4 times a day. Do you think I'm taking it too far? Or you think I should just keep marathoning? Do I want to know? Yes, I want to know. Keep going. All right. Marathon it is. I've been at it. Like, it's funny because even with me doing shorts, the amount that I've been doing the live streaming has overtaken like as you know what counts as videos, how many videos I've put up. I think I'm like at 3,900 videos or something like that. Or 2,900 videos. That's pretty extreme. So you like the dogs. You like Melly Luna and the bot and my girlfriend, who happens to be Pups. That's a little cute little dog. But I was referring, and I was referring to the long form videos. Although I do have a dog video in my long form now, where I clipped a bunch of those shorts together because they were so cute. And I love dogs too. Dogs are the best creatures on the planet. You know? And granted, you get the occasional bad one, but in general, dogs are good spirits. Because the thing is Double R, as much as I appreciate the dogs myself, those are just like 15-second clips of, of cute things they're doing around me. The ones that take the work are the ones I actually go in and edit and put graphics on and cut and stuff like that. So that's kind of where I was leaning towards in regards to asking for constructive criticism or just finding what my work is, what the strongest work I've done has been. I'm trying to find some direction. I think you cheated to get out of homework. really? Oh, that's an interesting thought. I think I should take Maddie's deal and start streaming WoW. It might be an interesting aside. That's kind of that's a curious thought. You know what? I think you may have pushed me. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna see if it's still on the table next time I see him. And go, okay, all right, we're gonna stream some WoW for a little bit. I mean, if he's gonna cover a month, sure, I'll give it a shot. I'm ready to. I'm capable of streaming, and as much as I like doing the long form here because it bumps me into new people, it's I think I got enough of a core audience where people would hang out, especially if we're doing silly stuff in there. And WoW gets very silly. It was funny because I really hadn't even thought about that. Like I had asked Sparky, and I was like, and he's not really a he doesn't have that WoW experience. But that might be it. Although WoW used to be like top news. Like 5 years ago, you would go on YouTube and there'd always be a WoW, how to get gold or where to find this item or that item. And there were so many channels that were built off of WoW. And now, I mean, granted, I haven't gone looking, but from my vantage, it looks like a lot of that stuff is kind of like dissipated because Blizzard really shot themselves in the foot, and then in the other foot, and then the hand, and then in the other hand, and then finally, and they shot themselves in the shoulder. And I'm surprised they're still alive. Redneck shrimp scampi. All right, that's an honest. That all right. That's that's another one for cooking with Kevin, which is kind of interesting because I'm asking because I want to learn. I want to see what direction I should be pushing in. So I got one says take Maddie up on the offer and start streaming WoW, and then the other one I'm gonna have to do some more cooking with Kevin. Ooh, what else can I make though? My my recipe knowledge is a little bit limited. What's CWK? I don't know what that is. Oh, cooking with Kevin. Dummy. This takes me a second. An Arsenal fan. Hello. Brisket. Nah, it took me a second. It's all the brain damage. An Arsenal fan. How the hell are you? It's good to see you in here again. Brisket. I'm not even sure if I know what brisket is. Yeah, let's ask the machine, shall we? Alexa, what's brisket?
Here's how What's Cooking America describes brisket. Brisket is the cut of meat from the lower chest of the cow, which contains a lot of connective tissue.
Ooh, steak. I'm on board. Oh, there's lots of funny stuff going on. Oh, I've been asking questions, Arsenal fan, uh, because I've been streaming an awful lot, but I want to know I've been asking them what I should be doing in addition to this, whether it should be, uh, and Double R says I should do another cooking with Kevin with brisket, and then Skank Hunt says I should do I should do WoW live streaming with Maddie. And so that's kind of what we were talking about. You gotta smoke it. Well, if there's one thing I can do is smoke it. I can smoke it for hours and hours. Yes. Well, now I'm jelly because I know I like it. I'd end up having to learn it and then do a cooking with Kevin, but I can do that. I'm pretty versatile. In fact, I'm awesome. At some point, I'm going to actually believe that when I say that. Now it's empty posturing to get myself used to saying I'm awesome. I mean, it depends on the context. The context is really important. Here's my. Yeah. We'll go back to this. Oh! Brisket. Double R adventures. Said hi, said hi. Said hi, said hi, said hi. It's a beautiful day out, and I was broadcasting from outside earlier, but after being out there for 20 minutes, I was cooking, especially in the black shirt. It's nice, but ooh, ooh, hot. Gonna be hot, hot, hot. Yes, you were there. You saw me roasting. I should check out your go-to channel. $68 subscribers. You have 68 subscribers, Double R? He asked very nicely and promised to do tasks. And that's the. Yeah, I'm gonna drink a whole mug of piss. Ooh, I think I'll do that. I want to go. Come with me. Come on, let's make a piss mug. It'll be fun. That's right. You're making your way for fame. Hey, all right. Let's just flip this over. See that right there? That's your channel, right? Oh, what's going on over there? Oh, 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 was it good for you? Yeah? How does that make you feel? I like it when people do that. All right. Okay, I'm out in the kitchen. But look, it's so nice out. I should be out there, but I was roasting. Oh, look at the bird. The bird's running. See the bird? The bird saw me coming. And then the bird went running. Okay, but we were making ourselves a piss mug. That means we gotta go in here. A nice frosty mug to hold my urine. Over here. I gotta do all that. So I got my. I do one more because I like it. I like my piss thick. I'm gonna need a little. Let's just go here. Got a nice Brita water filter here. Oh, see if I can do the waiter trick. Oh, you can't even see it. It's like, oh, I just can't hold it anymore. I'm just. It's making me have to. Boy, I really need to use the. Oh. All right, there we go. There we go. Back in the old fridge. Back in the old Frigidaire. Get back over here. Oh, I need. You get over here. He's got a knife. Cue Wilhelm scream. Right. That's right. This is the preparation. That frosty mug. Taste test. Good. All right. Okay. Well, this mug is useless now. Move that back to the sink. Oh, there's the. Oh, wait, while I'm out here. Sorry, I'm probably making you guys dizzy. I don't mean to make you guys dizzy. There's that. Let's take care of a couple of things leaning up against the plant. You can see my oxalis. I love my oxalis. Oh no! Yeah, you better be careful. Skank Hunt's got. He doesn't have a wrench, but he's got power. He has influence. Influence is the best power you can have. Be screwing with Skank Hunt. That's right. That's all right. Your apologies accepted. I don't think he's gonna hold a grudge. You kids in your power hungry with your wrenches and stuff. And for the first 2 months I was doing this, I didn't even realize you could give people wrenches. I'm just like, dee-lee-lee-lee-lee. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Dee-dee-dee-dee. Any of you guys know who Johnny Carson is? Is that too dated? Kevin, I want, wait, what does that say? I want donate so I can be a mod. Well, I just set up different levels for the G-Force now. Or you could just do a really nice sizable super chat. That would be handy. That's influential. You're not a kid? Sorry, was that insulting? Everyone's a kid to me. Remember, I'm 54. I don't look it, but... Like what? Do they do a $12? Wait, they take 30% of whatever you give me, and I need $10 to get over my payment threshold for the month in the next 7 days. So a $9.99 super chat would be helpful. No, you're 16. Yeah, I knew you were younger. And that's okay. Some of you kids are good. Some of you guys are good kids. And some of you are terrible kids. Notice how I'm using that blanket there? You work on that. You do what you gotta do. But ultimately, you just keep hanging out. And if you're not douchey, then pretty much, if you're patient, it'll come to you if you ask. I mean, because Double Adventures didn't donate. He's just been in a lot, and he asked nicely. And asking nicely goes a long way. And I wasn't going to give it to him, but and I thought about it. I'm like, he's been here a while. That was my deciding factor. But what I said about the super chat wasn't lying either. I need one more $10 super chat in order to get paid this month, but I only got like a couple days for it to process. Otherwise, I'd be broke. I ain't getting brisket that way. There we are. All right. There we go. Almost set. Mug. I got my good intentions. Get back in here. You know, I made myself dizzy looking at the screen while I was walking back in the room. Oh. All right. Oh. There we go. And we're back. Oh. And I'm still back. Yay! I didn't lose it. Yesterday, my stream cut out because I started moving the camera around. Started moving the phone around. Well, now that we've put all that work into it, let's take a sip of the mug of piss. Oh. No, it's still got a frosty bottom. Look at that. Some have said they don't like a frosty bottom, but I'm starting to lean towards a frosty bottom. See, that implies a lot without actually saying anything. Oh. Well, there we are. I'll get you the money. Just trust. I'm trusting in the universe. I figure somebody at some point is going to go, he's swell. Let's buy him a coffee. Let's buy this fella a beer. A piss mug shirt. That's not a bad idea, actually. There's my book. Ooh, even how would I'm gonna that's a good idea. Where's my book though? Suppose I can write it in the calendar. That's almost as good. Piss mug t-shirt. That's definitely going on the but I think now, essentially, I won't be able to use this. That doesn't look like tea. That looks like tea. But I could use the green tea because that looks like, you saw how that looked. That looked like this. So I'll take a picture of the mug. Should I take the picture like on the toilet or like in front of the toilet or something to imply? You know what I'm saying? Like, what would make this shirt pop? I mean, it's tough to top an awesome t-shirt, but if we're gonna have a piss mug t-shirt, then I think we have to imply. Steve Cutler just walked in as we're discussing the piss mug t-shirt, which is possibly coming, very likely coming. It's a mug of piss. This doesn't look like piss, but when I do green tea, I like the green tea. Then it looks just like it. And we're thinking, like, how would you set that up on a t-shirt? I think you just drinking it and the caption just says piss. Yes. Yes, I believe that will work just fine. We'll see if we sell one. How about that? I got a lot of t-shirts and no cashola. It's funny because the t-shirt store that I have connected to YouTube is different than where I got these from. Because I get these for a deal and they do a really good job. But the one that's connected to Fourth Wall through the YouTube channel, they do a decent job and people have gotten them before. But they take a nice chunk too, which is why I've been kind of like doing it on both sides. So we'll see, but I'll do it. I mean, it's art. Why not? Why the hell not? Why the hell not? See, Steve, you're talking about creating new stuff. I'm creating a piss mug t-shirt. High art. Ooh, he's done such wonderful things. Isn't that the guy who did the piss mug t-shirt? Piss. I thought you were at work, Steve. You just taking a little sabbatical in between your required duties? He said, duty. You know what? I'll shoot that picture today. Got the mug. Got the mug. I got the piss. Yeah. I'm gonna do that. Well, I'll have, you know what? I'll have that printed by the end of the week. You watch. What is it? Monday? I'll have it done by Friday. Watch. You just watch. I can make things happen. Get this stuff going. I don't know why I do the punchy things like, but you know. Zippy mug. Yeah. We'll sell millions. It'll be a good joke, and a few people. I thought people were gonna go crazy over the cum dumpster, but either they didn't get it or they're like, "That's just in poor taste." I'm not sure which it is, but I thought that was gonna be the album that was like, "That's just disgusting, but it's funny." But obviously, not all my ideas are good ideas. Just most of them. Where's your other fish? Been going for 36 minutes. You guys have managed to keep my attention for 16 minutes longer than I had intended. You guys are clever. You guys are too clever for me. Maybe I should write a piss mug song. How would I even start? I imagine it would be that noise that I just made while pouring the water into that peeing noise. And then you'd have to go into I just drank a mug of piss and I feel just fine. Glug 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 glug. And now I have to make it all again, implying I gotta pee. It's glug 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 and drink drink drink, and then that pee is start to stink. I'm gonna drink my piss mug every day. Glug glug glug. Brr. I'm just spitballing here. It can't all be genius on the first utterance. You know what I mean? Glug glug glug. Drinking a piss mug. There we go. Glug glug glug. I'm drinking a piss mug. Glug glug glug. I'm drinking a piss mug. Glug glug glug. I'm drinking a piss mug. Glug 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 glug. Glug 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 glug. Now I gotta pee. For real. All that liquid. That 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 liquid gold. Do you suffer from gingivitis? Well, how about ginger pee? If you have ginger pee or ginger colored pee, you might want to piss mug it. Ah, that'll be gone before I hit stop. Glug glug glug, drinking a piss mug. You suffer from being ginger? I'm sorry you don't have a soul, but maybe next time around they'll repopulate your body. I don't know where that I think South Park started that. It's it's a fun. You gotta admit, I'm a fun guy. Not like fungus. I'm a fun guy. Sometimes I'm very entertaining. Sometimes I'm boring as hell. But I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. Listening to me go on about the mug of pee. Oh, 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 excuse me. Some of us are fungus. So I forget who was trying to get me to eat mushrooms for the psychedelic properties, and I was like, "No, I'm good. I don't need any more psychedelics." When I was at Strange Creek, uh, some guy offered me acid, and so I took a little bit of it. And oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I was like, all right, I'll go with it. Universe told me to. And so I had brought some of my painting stuff, and so I had started painting a painting. And I'm like, hey, this is really cool. As I'm painting, the paint is changing colors. And then I get maybe 5 minutes into it and going, okay, it's cool to look at, but it's impossible to paint with because you need to know what color you're painting with. So it was like this bizarre it was this bizarre, like, well, it's a neat experience, but the painting's gonna be bullshit. Oops. New community standards. Well, in that particular case, it certainly wasn't helping my precision. But it was good for, I mean, still had a good time that time. That was one of those few times where I went alone, where I didn't have a crew with me. And I just went camera in hand, scoping everything out. Oh, it's a shame. Like most things. When I first got to Strange Creek, I was like, okay, that's cool. And it was before what's his face got remarried, and it was still a little more grassroots, like down to earth. And there were like shady sections of the trails, which were neat because it was like you had the red light district in the woods. Kind of neat. But then, afterwards, then riding through looking for people, looking for hippies to pick on, essentially. Riding through on those ATVs. Hey, what you doing? Move along. These aren't the droids you're looking for. Move along. Move along. Foggily. Well, if you had a good time, it is foggy. And it's funny because some people come up to me and go, do you remember anything from last night? And I go, well, I think I remember most of it, but why? What'd I miss? Oh, double R, you're outie? Well, come back later. Enjoy the wrench. No soup for you. Back of the line. It's funny because I remember that episode. Snatch it. No soup for you. That was a good thing. Those were good times. It was back when you could make jokes. And it was a funny show. I don't know if it was so funny that Seinfeld gets to be arrogant as he is for the rest of his life. Because boy, you want to talk about wearing a, a level of entitlement on your right on your chest at all times. He's funny, but hey, you're funny, but you can't make it. But you're kind of a jerk. Who am I to say anything about Jerry Seinfeld? The only time I've made anyone laugh is after when I've taken my clothes off. They laugh, I cry. They laugh some more, I cry some more. It's a vicious cycle. I said cycle on purpose. It's like cycle green. Soylent green. Circle green. I will have no soup. There's no soup for you. Yeah, but the other thing that I do, if there's something I really do miss about it, it wasn't so much, and you're going to be disappointed in me, Steve, it was never the music. Even with you guys, it was a little bit the music, but it was mostly the scene. It was mostly the people. That's what I was always interested in, was interacting with new folks and going, and seeing what they're about and seeing if I can carry on. You know what I mean? It was always an exploration, going, okay, who's the tribe? Who's in the tribe? Who's actually in the tribe? Who's a poser? And who's down to, down the clown? Geez, I want to say, since you said definitively since 97, so that's 25, 26, 27, 28 years. And I'm that's a conservative estimate because I think we met in 95 because that's when I was living in Providence. But, that was a while ago. So, yeah, he was, uh, he was the star. It was, uh, yeah, between 95 and 97 to be safe. But, he was the lead singer for a band called Desert Rain. And, they were a local band that I'd heard of through friends. And they said, "Oh, you got to check these guys out." And, so I went to this place called the Coffee Casbah, which was open in a building in town in Danielson. And I went in there purposely to show off because I had a good job back then. So I was like, look, I've got money, I'm prominent, blah blah blah. Just a snot-nosed little kid trying to show off. And we got into a conversation, and then I talked to them about doing the video, but they came out to see what I could do. I had one of them newfangled editors back in those days. That was high tech stuff back in the day. And then I just started following the band around, and I had a decent car, so I followed them everywhere: New Hampshire, Vermont, freaking Massachusetts. Like anywhere they went, I was right behind with my camera in hand, and I recorded all the gigs and what would go on around the gigs. And I did that for quite some time. And then I want to say at the end of the 90s, I had taken all that footage, I put it together, and I edited it together into like a 2.5 hour video, and aired it on public access, boobies and all. And it cleared. It went through, and people were seeing it. And it was funny because the first time it aired live, like on actual TV, on actual public access TV, I went into what was the Golden Eagle at the time, and they had TVs on. And so I asked if they could change it. And so they switched them all over to the Desert Rain Gala. And then someone in the, I don't want to say audience, someone at the bar was like, "Hey, I know that guy." Yeah, and they weren't saying positive things or, "Oh, I know him." Da, 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 da. And then after a few minutes of listening, they went, "Hey, he could sing though. He can really belt it out. Look at him." It was like an about face almost. It was like, but he's talented. So I always remembered that. Yes, I didn't know you well enough where I was going to be like, it's my bud. It was just like, interesting. I was dating Steph at that point because she was with me, and she was ready to get up. A little Italian girl, like, what are you talking about? Like, yeah, all right, easy there. Show your tampon. Little fiery Italian girls. What a shame. She was great in bed though, so at least I have that memory. Repeatedly. Am I allowed to say that? Is that against community standards? I can never friggin' tell. I don't. Hey, let me tell you. You remember I used to do the photography. I did a lot of it, and there were some pretty girls who came through our lifestyles and through our adventures, and I captured a lot of them. There was one I captured where I ended up tearing it up afterwards, though. If you know which one I'm talking about, there too. Oh, it was still hot though. Uh, Memory lane. Got some crazy, yes, I do. And I have a lot of release forms to keep myself safe. I knew that real early on. I'm like, get signatures. Don't want them coming back 10 years later going, you weren't supposed to. No, I got this. Says yes. So, meh. But yeah. Well, you said you already watched the Benito video. So you saw some of that. I mean, the edited version. I didn't put anything too racy up when I did that. But that was a lot of. Well, I was. Uh, I never thought I was terribly stupid. I wasn't like stupid, but I was pretty dumb in my own way. It's just smart. Well, that was the thing. Anyone who was working on the movie with me had to sign like these thick freaking contracts that I had to write up. And I ended up taking one of them to court afterwards because they welched. And and the lawyer was like, I never would have let my client sign anything like this ever. And the fact that she did means she's a fool. And I'm like, yeah, that means I did my job right. That's right. That I didn't realize that was a Father's Day gift. You had told me that she had made the enlarged the print, and that's cool. But I didn't realize it was specifically for Father's Day. Well, that's nice. A little bonus. You know, like a little bonus. A lovely little 8x10. So, you didn't answer. Are you at work, Steve? Or are you done? Or you take it? You on lunch? Yes on lunch or yes done? Sorry. I need more specifics. I forget about lunch breaks and stuff like that. Although 3:20 is a little late currently working. The air quotes. Very nice. That's well, you need to get your moral your energy levels back. And sometimes that's like you need to see good energy coming at you. That brings you back. Boy, who else? Sparky was saying that I should uh, horizontal live stream too, because I know you were talking to me about it. 5:30. So you got a couple hours left. I was just curious because I've been going for almost an hour on this one, so I'm about ready to take my little sabbatical. But based on what Skank Hunt said, I'm gonna keep doing the short stream. I'm gonna keep live streaming as frequently as I have been because it's been working like it's been working like gangbusters for sub rates anyway. We'll see if I can actually get that last $10 so I can get paid out. But but certainly by the end of the week, I should, with any luck, I should be at 2,300 subscribers, and that's a huge jump for like a couple of months. From like 2,000 to 2,300 is it's been going like crazy. Keep it streaming, bro. And what was it? And I did two with Sparky last night. After I was done with you, I did one with Sparky, and then I screwed that up because I touched this and it had to end the stream. So then we did one more, and then he got worn out, and so I was a little tipsy at that point because I had gone over to my mom's and grabbed a few beers from over there, and and so then I went and I did one more stream, and that was the one where it was just like bing, 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 bing. I got off. I didn't even realize all those subs had come in, but they had come in while I was streaming that last one. And so I was like, oh, well, here's to that. Although it does appear that my late night streams are doing better just in general in regards to view count and people going through and stuff like that. Yeah, you looked pretty. You looked pretty happy at the end of that, and pretty wiped. You had you had glassy eyes. It was you. Towards the end, you were looking like, okay, I gotta go. Well, yeah, no, that was a good stream. We had a good time, and it was good doing that every now and then is a good novelty. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, okay, let's try something a little different. So I'm glad you cued me into that because it's nice to have that back and forth. And certainly, I mean, and that's one of the reasons why I'm kind of, you know, I think I'm gonna take Maddie up on it now because I got to listen to my audience. My audience knows better than I do. Yeah, and for some reason, like this is a brand new phone that I'm streaming on right now. It's the one Sparky got me, and it was like a $40 phone, and it took like forever just to get it to upload all of the apps and the thing. Not stuff like I wanted, just the phone wanted to do its own thing for like the first 30 minutes. And then since then, if I poke things, it's like the sensitivity is just like it's. I mean, I'm glad the picture quality is good and that it's doing what it's supposed to do, but it seems like the response time from the CPU itself is lagging. Yo, he's back. Double R. Because another thing I tried to do is tried to send you the link via Facebook through the app itself, and then it just brought me on another rabbit hole to go down. Oh yeah, my PC rocks, and again, that's what I was doing, uh, like what, almost 2 years ago. When I first started streaming, it was through OBS, and I was doing horizontal streaming, and it rocked. It was nice. I could put videos up and pictures and all that stuff. Very similar to what you watch with me and Benito. But I actually when I got into it, I was like planning my shows. Like there were shows with graphics and introductions and stuff. That MacBooks are pretty powerful in general. They're very hard to kill. Trick, good to see you. Nice to have you back along. But as you have noted, occasionally, sometimes it's not even the computer. Sometimes it's just the Wi-Fi. Um, I'm doing awesome. I'm doing awesome. No, it's a beautiful day. I did I streamed earlier. This is my second stream for the day. I'm gonna do another one or two before I do one with Sparky later on in the evening. Although it'll probably be earlier. We'll probably end up doing, well, I'll end up doing a lot. He generally does one big one with me, and that'll probably be, if it's not the typical 10 o'clock, it'll probably be earlier today because he's not working, so I don't have to wait for him to get out of work. Depends on how he's feeling. Depends on, how he's rolling. So, I think that was a long answer to a very short question. Harry, you thought that was kind of what I'm supposed to do. Be like, blah, 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 blah. Oh, goodness. But it is. It's really nice out there. I went out, watered my pumpkin patch, like with actual water, not with, urine. And I don't have a hose that goes out there, so I have to fill up like an actual watering can and then carry it out to the lawn and dump it and go back, fill it back up and do it again and do it again. I did that like 4 times. Short answers, political dreams. I don't have any political dreams, Toto. Is he your bestie? Or brother? You're talking about Sparky, I'm guessing. Piss pumpkins. That's right. I go out there with a little cayenne pepper and some paprika, and then a little cilantro, and I pour that all over the pumpkins so they come out pumpkin spiced. And the girls love pumpkin spice. Oh God, I got some body wash that was pumpkin spice. It was like attracting girls like insects. I really need to get more of that. Yes, his hair is much curlier. Oh, me and Sparky have known each other not as long as me and Steve. Me and Sparky have known each other since the mid 2000s. He was performing up in Worcester. No, Webster. No, I think it was Worcester. Worcester. He was playing the room was Chuck's Steakhouse, and it was actually a good room. They had it set up pretty decent, and uh, and I bought him a beer after the set, and we've been friends ever since. He's worked on a couple projects with me. If you look through my long form videos, you'll find him acting in one of my productions called Totem, where he plays a mystical creature who spits on a girl, and he does. He actually spits on her too. He's a blah, blah, and went all over, and she took it. What a champ that girl was. And that was it was and it was just like a short fantasy slash horror uh story, but it was cute. I mean, I look back at it now and I'm like, I should have done plenty of things different, but Totem is an absolute banger. Totem's a banger. I love it when people say that about anything. Totem's a banger. That song's a banger. Oh, that girl, I'm gonna bang her. And then he had another sip of this. Yeah, that's my. If you didn't catch on, the little long haired girl, not the blonde, but the little brunette girl, that was my ex wife. Little cutie. But unfortunately, sometimes they look good on the outside, not so good on the inside. But it was a banger. Yeah, I want to do more stuff like that. At some point, there will be bits being performed and put together by me that'll actually, and a lot of those are going to go into the members area. Yeah, the pics were pretty cool. See, now I kind of wish I was in long form. And then I just pull up the pictures again. Some of them were good. It was certainly a project, and I'm glad he was on it. And I still know a couple of other actors. I still keep in touch with a couple of other actors from that production, and so that kind of worked out. And then, well, if you look in the credits, uh, there was we had credited this girl who was in my life. Her name was Cynthia, and we had her in charge of fellationics, which is, of course, another word for her. She was in charge of blowing me. I mean, not really, but that's what we had on the credits. I thought it was funny, and she thought it was funny for a while, and then she got pregnant by some dude, and then she ended up fighting him legally, like legal battles. It must have gone on for like years, and I kind of went, boy, I was glad I wasn't on the receiving end of that. And that's the most important job if you have that department. and, and we gave Stephanie, my ex-wife's little sister, she had to operate the fog machine, so we had listed her as the assistant to the fog machine, which I also thought was not as important, but was still pretty funny. And now I just blew my own thought out of my brain. Bang and pulls, all Genghis. Genghis? Genghis? Genghis. And then I submitted it to a couple of film festivals, independent festivals, And it was played, but I didn't go to any of the premieres. I was just like, I was on the next chapter. But again, there's gonna be more stuff that's coming out, and I'm still working on that. That AI project is that I thought I'll just spit that out in a month. It's taken like half a year now, and I'm still working on it every day. And the thing is that's not even a labor of love. It's just like but I'm so far through it. It's like, well, I'm damn well gonna finish this AI production. So I'm gonna do it. Actually, it's funny because that was one of the things. There are only two videos in the members area uh, for the G-Force, and one of them was specifically a message for Toby, and the second one was the rough cut that I just uploaded of that AI production. So it doesn't have like the bookends on the front, and it's still got some Foley work and editing. But I figured, all right, well, this is kind of like behind the scenes. This is the project in its formulation, and I thought that was I thought that was kind of cool. And I haven't seen or heard from Toby since then, since I got his T-shirt or since. So it's I'm kind of anxious. I'm anxious to talk to Toby when he comes in the room at some point, which I hope will happen at some point soon. We'll see. I need his address so I can send him that damn T-shirt. And then I got to make one for Steve. That's important. And then on top of that, I have the piss mug T-shirt to do. So much work. So yeah. Better projects at rescripting. AI rescripting. Better projects, AI rescripting. AI is so stupid though. Like AI literally won't let me do anything fun. Like I don't know how many times I tried to tried to enter. You enter a prompt and you go, okay, I want the character to do this, and I must have entered that prompt. The prompt, hey, someone pushes my character off a cliff and he falls. That's all I wanted, like a wily coyote, boop, and then you see me going down. I didn't ask for a splat or anything like that. It just would not do it. It would not let anyone push me. It wouldn't let me jump. It just wouldn't do. So it's like, and that's been the big fight with that AI is that the ideas were great. And, it's novel in the fact that you get to see me riding a camel and stuff like that. But because it wasn't obeying me precisely, then there's no real script. It's just the journey now. It's just kind of like, watch this AI guy do different stuff. And I'm like, okay, it's kind of neat, but I mean, it's a little vapid. I'm sorry your PC is broke. Don't. I can hear the neighbor calling on her dogs. She's always been. I'm so glad I got good neighbors. It's nice to live next to people you don't want to fight. I really appreciate. I appreciate my little neck of goodwill. He was over here, and he Matt was over here yesterday, and I showed him the T-shirts, and we had a chat, and that was nice when you can sit down and have a conversation, and people laugh at my jokes. I like it when people laugh at my jokes. I'm sorry about the PC. I don't know what you're gonna do about it. I mean, obviously you're gonna either have to get it repaired or get a new PC. And the way that things are now, you're probably better off just getting a new PC. Yeah, I'm really grateful because the neighbors who were in that house before were terrible before. But now it's like this little nooka. I let them use my they got a really tiny lawn. So I've been letting him use my lawnmower because his broke to mow his lawn from time to time. And what was it? I want to say it was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. He came up to me and he handed me like $40 and he goes, "Hey, here, I know things are tough for you. Take this." And this is for me saying thank you for letting me use your gas and your lawnmower all those times. And I thought that was I thought that was really nice. Because I didn't ask him for any, I was just like, just being neighborly. Sure, use it by all means. And we've just gotten closer, like that. I'm hoping that it's also my positive vibes going out too, helping people be. I mean, I'm not trying to make people angry at me. I'm not trying to necessarily fellatiate anybody either, but now, why did you say that, Steve Cutler Live said hi? Because generally, what I've been perceiving, I've been trying to figure this freaking thing out, this saying out for freaking months. Generally, it's look at me, you're not talking to me, said hi, can you see me? That's the gist I've been getting from it. When I start talking too much and people are like, "You're not talking to me," said hi. That's what I've been getting from it. But you just did it. It's a button you can click, said hi. I've been told that, but you would think that there's like a response. Is there supposed to be an acceptable response to said hi? You've never said hi. No, you're just cryptic, which is nice. It's like having a superhero in the room, like a wise superhero, like that dude from Mystery Men, the Sphinx. You come, you come in and you drop like haikus, and I'm like, hey, that's pretty clever. Another one, and oh, that's pretty clever. I like it. It's really mysterious. Well, the "Said Hi" song for some reason people like that. So now Sparky's been doing it when people go in. Total truth, 4 words. It is. It's like pure haiku. Like if there was like heroin, and then there's pure heroin, there's haiku, and then there's your total truth, 4 words. That's true haiku. That's like pure haiku. You gotta appreciate that. Most of the time, I just get "I'm Batman" from people going, and that was a funny night though. Haiku, the other hero, Hiroi, hero. I guess it was just hero. Okay, I did not imply that either way, but okay. Yeah, you can be of any nationality in here. I'm not particularly. I judge people on the content of their character, not on the color of their skin. Granted, I know that's MLK, but the sentiment still holds. It's like if I watch you over the course of time and you're a douche, well then I'm not going to want to hang out with you. If I watch you over time and you're decent to other people and to me, and then I'm going to want to hang out with you more. Kind of ebb and flow sort of stuff. Love travels, Japanese. I've been watching a few of those. They have like things not to do if you're ever in Japan, and like everything that they say you shouldn't do in Japan makes me not want to go. It's like you're not supposed to talk with other people on the public transport. and you're not supposed to wear anything outlandish. And in general, they're saying they hate foreigners just in general. And it's like, why the hell would I want to go there? Yes, they have a rich, beautiful culture, and I appreciate that. But be blonde while there. Yeah, but that's not based on. I mean, and granted, this is all secondhand information. I haven't been, but the we don't particularly like foreigners and aren't particularly friendly to them deters me a little bit. Have you seen like the old videos where in between the blue I'll go blonde so the blue is lighter? And so I call myself a character, I call myself Ducius Malfoy because I got the blonde hair for a couple days. Well, no, it's and again, beautiful culture. I studied martial arts and granted Japanese and Chinese and all those different styles are a little different, but there was a lot to it that really is what's the word I'm looking for? That just seems like a more spiritual culture and something that we could probably still consider to learn from. I mean, but yeah, but maybe Toto's right. Maybe it's just okay. Be that one guy stands out with the blonde hair amongst all the brunettes, and I'm 5'9" and a couple of millimeters, so I should be towering over a majority of the populace based on what I understand. But again, true wisdom is knowing I know nothing. I know nothing, and I'm out of verbiage. This is what I got. This is what I got left, Steve. That's it. I am pretty friendly. And yes, more open doors with friendliness than with anger. Just in general, I'd like to think. Unless you're being catfish, so to speak. Been on 70 minutes. Yeah, that's it. I'm trying to get the last of these little particles. I gotta wait until like, I want to say like 6 or 7 p.m. And then my guy comes home. And I got enough money for him, but I wouldn't have enough money if I were to go to the dispensary up the road. Friendly Vibe potato vodka. Oh God. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. This is gonna be the first thing, Toto. I'm gonna absolutely disagree with you. There is no good vibe that comes out of me on vodka. There is vodka and me should never be mixed. Ever. I am not a good person on vodka. And I'm like most other alcohols, I'm still up and friendly and stuff, but vodka's not one of them. It's that you want to talk about turn Kevin into an instant tool. It's vodka. So I haven't. It's been I think 6 years since I've had a sip of vodka, and that was because it was mixed, and I was like I didn't think about it before I did it, and I probably should have. That was a bad idea. But at the same time, it allowed me to get a lot of stuff off my chest that had been brewing for quite some time. So, a little column A, a little column B. Let me go over here with a little column C. See what I can do over here. I only like decent vodka. The decent vodka is the kind that is. We're not talking about Dubra or we're talking the top end. The top end vodka. It's very smooth, like a sky vodka. Something that's triple, quadruple filtered. Uh, but I still shouldn't drink it because it doesn't matter how much it's filtered. it can't filter out instant asshole. Although I'm in a much better place emotionally and psychologically and, well, spiritually than I was back then when I was doing that vodka. That vodka, sorry. It's vodka. That was a bit ago. And as I've gotten older, I find that my tolerance to it, especially because I'm not drinking as much, has gone down a lot. So I'm still Lvov iced, no filters. That's probably for the best. I used to have. It's funny because like I used to have bottles of booze here, and they stayed here for a long time, and I wouldn't drink them because they weren't my, it wasn't my preference. But then things would get tight, and I'm like, well, can't afford this, that, or the other thing. So I'll just take a couple shots of that, a couple of shots of that. Always felt it the next day. Went right through the old liver. So I kind of, okay. And then I found that I could actually, just not drink. Go figure. That I can just take a few nights off and go, I'm all right. I'll pick it up in a few days. That's fine. That's you know, I mean, ultimately, I really do fall on George Carlin a lot because if it's not giving you anything, then why are you doing it? When I was young, I would do it because it would give you that liquid courage, and so you would, you'd be stupid, but you'd more likely to act. Period, foolish or not. And then now, well, you can see now I just drink piss. And I guess I'm sure I must have drank more when like Steve first met me, when I was still young, a young whippersnapper. Brutal three giant knife left me feeling harsh, harsher today. Hey, I like to test myself with the no booze every now and then, every couple of weeks. Just like, all right, let's take a couple of days off and see if we still got this under control. Where it was definitely hitting you. Dylan's piss, Bud Dark. Always wise. Listen to your body. Although I don't always listen to mine either. So I got no, no authority to give. I'm still a drinker. I'm still a smoker. I still make bad decisions. Not as often, not as frequently, but I still make them. It's that human being thing. I know you're shocked, aren't you, Skank? Yes. But before I became this angelic creature in front of you, before the piss mug, oh man, it's been. Let's take a look over here. I've really been going. Let's see what the 64. It's better than my morning stream, so that's pretty good. Slinged arm listening here. It's right, the broken arm. The synapses aren't quite all on exceptional status, but they are still functioning to a degree. And you heal quickly, I pray. Actually, I will catch you later, Steve. I'm going to scream off in a few seconds here. I crash not medicated. Ooh, that's not good. But positive thoughts. You'll heal up. All right. I'm gonna go do a couple things. I will, of course, stream again. Uh, thanks.